Hey guys, welcome to another Classic Minis of Canada video. Today we're going to be working on installing the Mk2 rear taillights on my Mini. If you were wondering about my face, that's actually from doing the teardrop mount replacement. My hand slipped and I hit the front of my Mini. So if you follow my Instagram, you would have seen that there. And I'll link that down below. If you guys want to check out any of the other stuff that I do on my Mini that I don't necessarily make up ending a video for. So we're going to go ahead and get the garage cleaned out. You can see currently this is all the remnants from the mount replacement. I'm going to go ahead and get this all cleaned out and then back the other car out of the garage, and we're going to start installing those Mk2 taillights on the Mini. As you can see here, we have two brand new Mk2 rear taillights with new rubbers and bulbs and wiring. Everything is brand new. And this is the only used part because I just couldn't find a metal and glass one anymore that anyone makes brand new. So I found this at the local Mini shop, and it's in pretty good condition actually. There's not that much, well, there's no damage on the glass actually. It just needs a clean up, and the back, you can do with the polish, but either way the back is going to be sitting kind of like that. So in today's video, I won't actually be showing you how to install the rear tail light, or sorry, the rear reverse light in place of the rear fog light, because I'm not actually sure if I'm going to be doing that. What I was thinking of doing is actually just like making a little bracket that's similar to like this this one here, and then mounting this onto the bracket and then the bracket onto the car. But regardless, we're just going to be doing these two taillights today. So if you open up the back, this side actually has really good access, and then this side is a little bit harder due to the fact that we have the fuel tank in the way. So usually what happens is you have to remove this bolt down here, and then there's like another bolt behind this cover, and this whole thing will kind of like slide out of the way once we undo the fuel filler cap. So we'll see what happens. Let's get to it. This side, because obviously the access is easier than on this side, and there's only 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm just going to remove those and then take this whole taillight assembly out. And the wire actually has enough slack that I think I can take out the assembly and then take care of the wires. So let's get to that. So those bolts back there are a 3/8. So after taking out those 4 little tiny nuts, they're literally like that big. There's 4 of them, like 1 on each corner. I also saw that there's a little kind of like a lock washer thing behind the nuts. So take that off, and then literally it's just a matter of prying the old light off. Alright, so we have the taillight out, and that was actually really simple. Just one connector here, and then for some reason this Mk3 taillight has like, it kind of looks like a grounding strip on the back with a little connector on the end. So that's what this wire came from, and I think that we're gonna have to use that in some way on the new taillights. And we also have this connector here. So the only problem with this connector is that the actual bullet connectors inside are a different variety than the one found on the older taillight. So we'll have to figure some things out, but this taillight's actually in really great condition. Very few scratches. That actually all of them can be polished out, and there's no cracks in it. So I'll probably hold on to this. So the rubber, you can see, is actually a little bit perished on this one. It's good that the new lights came with some new sealing rubbers as well, so that, you know, when we're doing the job, we can do a good job. So I'm just gonna get this inside, and we're gonna figure out what to do with the wiring. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this area. So there's actually one important thing to note before we go inside and the wiring on the lights. So here we have the connector that goes to the back of the tail light right here. So you have to understand that all of these wires are just the positive side of the connection. On the the one that we're taking out, so this is the newer Mk3 and up style tail light. What happens is we have the connector right here that has all the positives, and on the other end we have this kind of like steel bracket that goes underneath all the bulbs and gives them the ground. It just secures to this ground on the car. So really not a big deal. Here's the only difference. This is a plastic housing and this is a metal housing. So we have the same 3 wires here. So if you took away the reverse light, you can see the wiring is the exact same. That actually makes it really easy for us. But the only thing you have to know is that this ground is going to be provided by the car when it's bolted in, not by a separate clip. Okay, so we're inside now and I can kind of show you what we got going on. So we have the soldering iron warming up here, up to operating temp. Here's a Mark II taillight and here's a Mark III Plus taillight. So basically I'm going to cut the connector off the end. So you can see that there's a shape to the connector at the top. So the top of the connector, the one with the gold pin, that's for the turn signal. And then these two are color coordinated to these ones as well. So that's all fine. The only thing is the dark brown wire, the dark green with brown tracer, that's the one for the reverse light. So we won't be using that. So I'll cut that a little short and then maybe wrap it around. So with this wiring all finished up and it's looking really nice and professional, we're going to take the lamp to the car, hook it up and see if it works. So we're back outside now and as you can see the weather's kind of getting pretty bad. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it's snowing pretty good now and still have this to finish up. So basically what I'm going to do is rub down the panel with some rubbing compound because as I showed you earlier, there's like this mark here that goes all the way around and that's from the old weather sealing. But the problem is with the new taillight, this will become visible because the Mark II taillight is smaller than the Mark III taillight. We have the marker lights on and the turn signals. And on this side we have a little bit of weirdness going on. So I don't know if you can see that, but the turn signal is barely on. And it's actually the brake light that's like sort of blinking. So that's just with it plugged in. But as you can see, as soon as we get the light seated into the hole, it works perfectly and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm just gonna back up here and show you. I don't know about you, but I really dig the look of the Mark II lights. So now I'm quickly just going to take the light back out, put the weather stripping back onto it, and then put all the bolts on, and then kind of show you the finished product on this side. So as you can see, it's starting to come down pretty bad out here, so I think I'm going to wrap up this project for today and then pick up this light on the next day. But for you guys, it'll just be like that. Okay, so obviously the first step is, if you have one, go ahead and put your key into your fuel filler cap, turn it, and get it out of there. This is just because we're going to be pushing the fuel filler neck through the body of the car, and you can't have the cap on there because it'll get caught up. Next, what you're going to do is remove this little plastic cover. And what you really want to remove is this side of the strap. You can see that this bolt comes off pretty easily. You just want to watch for all that hardware that's in there. So you got that clip over there and then this thing in the middle. Make sure that all stays in order. Next up, what you actually want to do is remove this spare tire and all of this other stuff in the trunk to kind of give you more access. So there we go, that taillight is out. It was a real pain to move that fuel tank out of the way, but basically all you have to do is loosen up the strap and then muscle the tank out of its place, because this is going to be the only thing holding it up. Alright, so we're losing light here pretty quickly, so we have the taillight all prepped. I'm just going to set you guys up on time lapse and install it. Right, so this is day 3 of me trying to film this video. As you can see, it's literally basically blizzard outside. There's snow all over the ground. So I'm trying to get this all finished up today. I'm just gonna film the time lapse of me basically cleaning it all up, and I'll show you the finished product. The taillights are in, and I think that they look absolutely fantastic. They have like a great older look to them. And yeah, I think that they look great. So the wind is picking up here, so I'm just gonna end off this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know it kind of turned into an ordeal. It took about 3 days to put these in just because of time constraints, and the weekend came in the middle and stuff like that. So not a big deal, but I'm glad that they're in, and I think that they look fantastic. And I hope that this guide kind of helped out some people that were looking at putting these taillights in and seeing how much work there is, because there's not many videos about taillights and that kind of stuff on YouTube. So I'd love if you left a comment, subscribed, and stay tuned for more content. Thanks.